GTII gets the macro closure that we were looking for on the 5-day chart. Let's go ahead and validate what could be happening for the following sessions. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a GTII technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis on this Taco Tuesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, team. 5-day chart. This is the bullish formation that we were looking for as a closure. So not only did we get a huge, just massive, epic proportion, bullish engulfing candle formation, but it's the second bullish engulfing candle formation back to back. And also we closed upside of the 5-day EMA 21. Congratulations, team. Congratulations. That is a very, very much what the price action needed, right? In order for us to validate a continuation to the upside, this has met two very critical points. Okay, so very, very impressive price action here. I do have some upside targets to evaluate here, okay, but we have to go over the conditions over them. First of all, I am seeing a potential touch of about, I'd say 149 to around 153, about the 2.618. These are short-term targets too, remember, okay? So now if you are curious as to where that can go to, that would be about an 11% jump from the current price, and that would be to the top side of the range. It would be about almost 15% on the day. Okay, so that's essentially what I'm looking at. But I always provide some type of target right away, right? But if you watch the video, if you continue watching it, you'll likely see that the targets get shaped as I move. Okay, so I start conforming and really start to gather all the puzzle pieces, because this chart, I'm not looking at this. I guess I'm looking at it during the live stream, right? But I'm looking at a general chart. I'm not looking at my full thread of analysis. So I'm building it with you as I speak, as we go, freestyled. Whatever take I'm doing here on the filming, it's gonna come out the way it is. I don't care about mistakes. I don't care what it is. I just need to be able to look at this in that manner. I can't prepare it before. I need to make sure that I prepare this on the fly. And that's how the magic works, and for discretionary, and that's how it's going to do it. Okay, guys? But statistical, yes, I do prepare it ahead of time. But for discretionary trading and, things of that nature, I have to follow through live. Okay, so yes, let's go ahead and now move on to the next time frame. 3-day chart, we have a resistance right at that EMA 55, 141. Okay, so that's what I mean. We're gonna be facing a little bit of an ebb and flow throughout the day tomorrow. So initial start, of course, we could face a tiny pullback before a continuation to the upside. I can see a temporary pullback from the area of about 141. That would essentially have us come back to validate our either our current highs of 133, but I'm going to give you a range for that. Okay, it'll be 133 to the can it actually meet that low? No, I don't think it could actually meet that low. All right. So yeah, I would say 126. Okay, so somewhere around this range here is where we're looking at for a potential pullback. Okay, so let me get rid of this right here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this area here for a pullback before a reaccumulation. In the event to where the price action does continue to the downside even further, we do have a secondary support, right? But I'm not sure that we can even reach that area. The EMA 21 is located right at that support line, which would be the closing value of this candle, this 3-day candle here, which is, let's see, the close up here, right? The OHLC, open, high, low, close. That would be located right at about, we said the close, right? So yeah, 133. Close of 133. What the heck? That's very interesting. Okay. Could it actually be? I mean, there's a tiny little gap there, so maybe. All right, so close of 114, and then we have this 133 top. Okay, so I guess we can do that. I guess we can come back to this zone. Keep an eye on it. Okay, it's just FOMO is going to start to apply here, and it starts to become even more difficult to chart this asset, right? So I would say not 133. Sorry, it would be 119 to 114 as a secondary area of long opportunities, right? So. The moving averages here, the EMA 55 and the EMA 21 are starting to converge, so that's very bullish, and that would be indicative of a 3-day silver cross, right? Which is the shorter time frame EMA 21 crossing above the longer time frame EMA 55. EMA stands for exponential moving average, as in following or keeping in mind price action at a closer metric than that of the simple moving average. Right? So, yeah, team, let's keep an eye on that target there. Let's move on here and see what else we have. Okay, so this is a very speculative statistical back test that I've performed, right? So the reason why it's so speculative is because it has some very interesting targets to evaluate, and the signal has been fired for quite a while. Okay, so in fact, the upside targets from this signal, which is usually done by taking into consideration any time that the asset expands into critical contraction and expansion, and then starts a contractive phase paired with volatility with an upside, paired with a momentum with an upside pivot. That is usually indicative of a pretty large move, and that move hasn't been solidified and it hasn't been invalidated since literally here when we started falling beneath the 90 percentile of critical. Okay, so that would be this candle right down here, which was at about that 71 cent level. Let's see, actually, are we right there or not? Yeah, I would actually have to adjust this ever so slightly here, and then we'll make that move happen, right? So just like this. Okay, so yeah, the topside targets that we're looking at for now would be a resistance range of about 789 to 897 or 890. 897 would be, of course, the top side that we face here at $9. So it's very curious that is actually taking us to that target there. Okay, so just the last time that this iteration fired, it actually took us on a 405% run to the upside from this point here at 45 cents to 198. Okay, so that was a very, very fair run considering that we had a 971% upside to go. And I'm saying that this is the resistance to face, okay? So meaning that on average, we can get the mean based on the the duration of the iteration, the upside thrust from the iteration, and the amount of times that volatility versus momentum gets the upside correctly versus incorrectly throughout the entire trading history of the GTII asset. These are all my notes for the price action, right? So yeah, keeping that in mind, these are the metrics here. So out of a total 31 iterations with that criteria, 21 have been guessed correctly to the upside, giving us a 67.74% upside accuracy with a 971.33% mean. That's huge. Over the span of about 22 and a half days. This iteration is quite the outlier in distance, in timing, right? Because it's just it already fired this signal way back. I mean, it fired a signal way back here, right, in Tuesday the 17th, and price action has gone up and showed an ebb and flow, but the signal never actually reached the opposition. That would be invalidation. If this started to contract and touch down here at the contraction zone, the critical zone, then this move would essentially be invalidated. And this is exactly what I suspected. I suspected for us not to touch this area, thus fulfilling the continuation of the statistical move, and volatility would essentially start to increase here. And we are already getting that. This now, paired with an upside pivot on stochastics, leads to that probability. So from the current price action of 133 to about $9, we have these targets to look at for higher probabilities. Of course, we have massive resistance located right between this area here. Let me just go ahead and highlight it. That would be 154 to 177 as a first area of interest. And then we would have the space of, I guess we can say 222 to 251, but 198 would essentially be a resistance too. So let's keep an eye on those targets, team, okay? But everything is looking good. And I think that we may actually be able to fulfill some type of, actually nothing's indicative of it. Wow. We may get a tiny pullback in the morning, but that's not even validated either. Everything is suggesting upside here. Okay, team. So just one more time for the newcomers. So we've actually gone ahead and restructured or remastered our algorithms and we're going to be releasing the package again with the updated algorithms, the algos, right? So what you're looking at here is actually a strategy together. For the early pre-orders, we're going to be releasing the ARC Div 1, which is my divergence locator RSI. And this actually, I didn't draw this. This draws it for you. It locates drives of both bullish and bearish, hidden and regular variety. And based upon those confirmations, it does trigger buy and sell signals, just like it has here, right? And that has shown that between the strategy of the ARC Armor, the ARQ Armor indicator, with this one here with the other long signals and short signals, it's showing about an 80% profitability. So it's pretty strong, right? So this strategy will be released to the early pre-orders too. So for example, here in the 12-hour, you got a long signal printed right at this candle, which was at about let's say 425 on FNGR, and right now you can actually see that we're still continuing on to the upside. It's at 705. So if you were to have considered that long position from the new ARQ algo, then you would currently be up about 46% on the week. So that's looking pretty good, team. Okay, so just go ahead and reach out to this email here to me or Ike, and we will get you situated. I have already gotten a fair deal of interest on this, and we will go over the details with you. Just bear with us, and we'll get to everyone in an orderly fashion. Okay, team. So definitely consider those targets. I'm seeing mostly upside here, team, with some ebb and flow, of course. But yeah, this is incredibly bullish, and let's just go ahead and evaluate this live. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, just like every other day. I'm sorry, just like every day, right? So starting at about 7 or 7:30 a.m. to about 10:30 or 11 a.m. So 10 or 11 a.m., right around there. Okay, team. So please remember first and foremost that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. One more thing here. Gaussian band top, very, very confluent with the 154 target that we're looking at. Okay, so that's, I think 154 could be the next target for us to look at. All right, team, but with that said, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.